Filmmaker Mike Bennett and Brayden Olson openly discuss their journey together, forming a deeply moving portrait of Brayden's path to finding his father. The following conversation is an audio journal of their experiences. We hope you enjoy.
So last night, Brayden took me on a little secret date with his fiance, and they took me to, they hogtied me and put me in the car, and I thought I was going to an AA meeting.
Kind of was.
We kind of went into this gated forest thing and then drove up this long driveway, and we got to this huge temple.
The Kadampa World Peace Temple.
I guess, yeah.
It's one of the most important Buddhist temples on the eastern seaboard, and it's 8 minutes away from my house, I found out.
Yeah, so, I think I'm going to an AA meeting unwillingly, and I'm actually going unwillingly to a Buddhist temple.
To do some meditation.
So we did 2 hours of meditation to find inner peace. Before we
talk about death, which was weird. Because they only talk about it once a year, and you went on the day they talked about death.
Yeah, which I've had some weird experiences with death of late, so that was a little hard. But he could have worked on, this is the Buddhist teacher, could have worked on his delivery a little bit more.
I liked his delivery.
He could have inspired a little bit more.
He's not there to inspire. He's just there to tell you stuff. You can believe it or not.
I mean, I totally believe in inner peace. I think it's a good thing. So yeah, we tried to find some inner peace. We did 2 hours of meditation in a very silent Buddhist temple, and then we woke up this morning to this podcast. All right, another day. Oh, let me stretch. Gotta get comfortable. I might need a pillow.
I mean, you might as well just get a new chair.
No, we're good now. Okay, do you think our film has artful film language, engaging storytelling, originality, feasibility, contemporary cultural relevance, journalistic rigor, potential to reach and connect with its intended audience?
I don't know if that's journalistic rigor.
Rigor.
What's journalistic rigor mean to you? Because I know what it means. Deceitful? Is that what it means?
Were we thorough?
Oh, okay.
In our journalistic integrity.
We're getting there.
And approach.
We're getting there.
I think we're all very thorough. We found our guy.
Yeah, but I think it means more than that. I think it means like overall thorough, not just, you could not find him and be thorough.
That's true. But we found him. We definitely found him. Okay, checking in again. We haven't done a podcast for 3 or 4 months. I guess where we left off in the last podcast was we'd gone on our final kind of trip, interviewed as many family members of Brayden's family as we could. The big news we got after that was that we got DNA proof that Carlos was your father. So we got to the point where we have to go meet Carlos. We were undenied how we would actually do this.
So we've been putting that off.
Yeah. So we've been not putting it off, but just...
I've been putting it.
Yeah, you've been putting it off a little bit, but also just like trying to figure out the best way to approach a guy that's denied having children when he actually has a child. So we just were kind of trying to figure that out. And I guess on the podcast, we've asked the audience what they think and how they think we should approach it. And there is no good way to do it. I mean, you said, how do people do this? I think they just go up to them and say, hey, you're my dad, which I guess a lot of people who have grown up without fathers probably do when they find out who their father actually is. So basically, from my last trip to Florida, I met Carlos's partner that he's been with since he ran off from your mother. She confirmed that she worked on a cruise ship in Hawaii with Carlos as well, 35 years ago. So we put 2 and 2 together, and we think that she's the one that he ran off with when your mum was pregnant. So he was either seeing both women at the same time, or there was definitely a crossover. So I think your mum might even know who she
I've asked her. Didn't we ask her?
I think I've approached it a little bit, but I didn't want to press it because I felt wasn't my place to do so. But I'm pretty sure she would have to know who this person is. And weirdly, they look similar, which is...
I don't know. We don't know.
I mean, I can't imagine there's that many people working on the cruise ship in Hawaii. Like, they would have all known who...
Well, maybe we should show her a photo and ask her after our next trip.
I met Carlos's partner. She told me this is information that she also worked on a cruise ship in Hawaii, and that's how...
Insert that now.
Oh, yeah, I can insert that now.
Oh, you're Carlos's wife?
Yes, I'm
Oh, cool. Are you guys been together long?
35 years.
Oh, whoa, 35 years.
Yeah, long time. But we worked on ships for a long time. We met on a cruise ship.
Oh, really? Where?
In Hawaii.
In Hawaii? Oh, amazing.
My gut feeling with her was that she's quite a nice person. I felt quite comfortable chatting with her. And
when I listened to it, I felt comfortable approaching her.
Yeah.
I would feel comfortable because she just seems like a normal, level-headed, compassionate, nice person.
Yeah, and she also seems to be the one person who would truly know Carlos the best out of anyone in the world because she's been with him for the last 35 years. So
and it's not like I think it's also like they had a bunch of kids together. Let's say they had 10 kids together, it would be like, oh my God, you have another kid, but they don't have any kids. So maybe she'd be like, Carlos, you do have a kid. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
she could, I feel like the news could be not as crazy, or it could be really crazy. My
guessing is that if she did know your mother, then she would have known your mother was pregnant, and then she would have known.
Maybe not.
Yeah, maybe, but I'm assuming she would know too that Carlos did have a child.
Yeah,
that would be my gut feeling. But she seems really nice. She's got a nice spirit. She's got this kind of South Carolina accent. She weirdly looks a little bit like your mom. Definitely like similar ages. So yeah, I guess Brayden and I went to the drawing board and we were kind of umming and ahhing how we should approach this final scene. Carlos has no idea that I'm Brayden's friend, and I've been talking to Carlos for over a year now and filming him throughout that period, and he's continually denied he's had kids.
With unprovoked.
Unprovoked.
You haven't asked him, do you have kids?
He thinks
it just comes up.
Yeah, he just brings it up to me. I mean, last time he said something crazy. Like he said, I can play the clip.
You know why I never had kids? I never got married either. I've been the same woman forever. Because kids age you. If you're old. It's scientifically, Right. If you talk to the scientists, kids make you old. They fucking eat your life away.
He said something along the lines of like, scientifically, it's proven that having kids makes you older. Which, you know what? There might even be some science to that. I don't even know.
You should look that up.
Yeah, that's his kind of like where his head's at. So yeah, we're gonna go approach his partner because we think his partner knows Carlos the best out of anyone, and Brayden's just gonna come clean and say, hey, I have this information that's been given to me from Ancestry.com, and the information says that Carlos is 50% of my DNA and he's my father, and I don't know how to approach this. I'm kind of using you as a buffer because it's a pretty surreal, weird thing for me. And how do you think I should meet him? It's going to be a pretty intense thing, I think.
And I really want to stress that I don't stress to her that I don't want anything other than just, I'm not mad, I'm not looking.
Totally.
I don't know.
Yeah, you're not angry. You don't want anything from him, but, he is your father on paper.
Yeah.
It says he has half your DNA. So.
And hey, look, if you want to deny it, well, then we share half our DNA. There's no denying it.
Yeah, 100% no denying it. But basically, she'll be the buffer. Carlos is after hanging with him for over a year now, he's a pretty wild guy. And you have no idea where his mood swings or personality is going to go. He's a bit of a yo-yo in that sense. So I think using her as someone that knows him better than anyone to orchestrate you meeting your father for the first time is probably our best bet to actually get him.
Or this would be the worst decision ever.
Yeah, maybe. So once we've been honest with her and shared that information that we know Carlos is your father, then if they both turn around and say, no, we don't want to meet you, then it kind of gives us free reign to either just go up to them in public and confront them or do anything really after that point. Because we've been honest and said, this is the truth. This is what's happened. We've spent the majority of this time like trying to figure out if he
was... How to do this in a good way then.
Yeah.
And
to figure out if he actually was. And then once we got that DNA proof, it kind of that was it really. So yeah, next week in 6 days, I think we're going to Florida. You're going to call her, we think?
We don't have her number. We only have his number. So we need to figure that out.
Worst case is you'll have to meet her in person at one of their crystal stores. Generally, she works at one store on the weekend and Carlos works in the other store.
You would need to go in first to make sure he's not working.
Yeah, of course. So yeah.
Really come along.
We've come a long way.
We'll finish the rest in Miami.
Yeah, I think we'll finish it because we don't know what's going to happen. But basically the rough plan is we're going to go approach Carlos's partner and say, hey, you have a son.
Mm-hmm.
And Carlos has a son. And here's the DNA proof. How do I approach this? How do I meet Carlos? Do you think it's a good idea to meet him? And yeah, let's go from there. And fuck knows what's going to happen.
Yeah, I don't think I've stressed myself to the end of there thinking about everything that could happen.
Yeah, so
but I think we just go and whatever happens, happens.
Worst case scenario, we just speak to her. That's fine. If nothing happens from Brayden speaking with his, I guess, so-called stepmom,
We're going to get something.
but it's a development in the story in that they now know that they have a son who's, 35 years old and looking for them or wants to talk to
Also,
Carlos.
it just so happens the day that we're going to talk to her is Mother's Day, which I just realized yesterday.
Yeah, which is
bizarre.
Yeah. Hey, Mom.
And we did not plan that. I was just like, I think it's Mother's Day coming up, and it's on a Sunday, the day that she's there. So that's even weirder.
Yeah, to say, hey.
She might even be taking the day off but she doesn't have kids, so why would she?
Yeah.
So, I don't know.
Yeah, so Brayden will be approaching Carlos's partner, which is technically his stepmom, on Mother's Day.
Which is crazy.
Yeah, you couldn't even make this shit up. So yeah, we'll be in a crystal.
And I thought about, since lately I've been really trying to like meditate and stuff, that maybe I could even throw in like, I've been on this path of, like, because he'll really dig into that. Like, oh, wow.
Yeah.
It's an interesting thing you could put in of like, I felt like I was like called to come and tell you. Or,
yeah, I guess they're in the whole.
because they're into that stuff.
They're in the whole.
And
that's their businesses, holistic healing.
Yeah, and that's kind of what we're doing.
Yeah.
And I've been meditating and going to this temple and doing yoga, and I feel a lot better. So I feel more open, easier to talk to them.
It is weird that kind of came into your life just as we're doing at the end of this kind of journey. Cool, but strange. Maybe in a month's time, it'll be you and Carlos sitting in that Buddhist temple, elevated.
Probably knows about it.
Hovering.
Apparently it's like a really big deal.
Yeah.
People come from all over the world together. And I was just driving by, and I was like, what the fuck's that? I just drove in.
It was like Nirvana in there.
Kind of culty.
It felt a little cold. I think the coolest thing for me was the silence. I've never...
Yeah, it's just extremely silent.
It's
culty, but at the same time, they're like, look, you don't need... This is why it's culty for me. This is why I could fall into this trap easily, and I sort of have, is that like, you don't need to believe this, but this is just... We're just telling you. So if you want to believe it, believe it. If not, don't. But it's going to help you. And it's like, well, yeah, of course, like being silent and meditating and having great thoughts and being happy and, unlocking your mind from its prison is a good thing,
Yeah.
But then I could see slipping into just a all-encompassing life like that. Also, one of the things is like, don't kill any animals. Like driving home, I probably ran over 60 frogs. Like just because it was like raining and stuff. Like, how do they get around there? I have so many questions.
Yeah.
And also they're vegan. I don't know if I could do that.
Yeah.
But I think just you can pick and choose with it, which I think is cool. And they don't look down on you for like picking and choosing. Yeah, you can have a drink now and then. It's just be nice to people,
Yeah, if I was to take
that part of
anything
it.
away
Just
from
be
it,
nice.
be nice and have inner peace.
Have inner peace, and that's great.
And
that's
good
and
vibes.
if that's all you take away, then
that's fine.
that's all I want to take away.
Well, yeah, I guess this is the most spiritual podcast we've done.
Yeah.
Everything's been so like informative. We were meant to go to Florida last month. It didn't work out. I think we were both so overwhelmed with this final thing coming towards.
I mean, I'm not ready to go by any means.
No, and neither am I.
But I feel like I know what I need to do at least.
Yeah, it's an intense thing when you've worked.
And I don't think we should go down there. I think we should go down there. I mean, at least for me personally, like if this was the last time we went, I would have got fucked up. I would have got drunk, maybe done pills, and then talk to her. But now I think I'm gonna go with a clear head and like maybe do some meditation and then go talk to her.
Yeah,
whatever happens, and I'll actually be able to feel it because I won't be fucked up.
Yeah, we definitely have gone full circle on this, where you think about every possible situation and scenario that you can get yourself into and how to word it, script it, act it out. But
we only get one shot at this part. That's why I think you think about it so much. You get one shot.
Yeah, I mean, this is kind of worth talking about. There's one thing saying, hey, you're my dad, and it's another thing saying, oh, and by the way, there's a film crew that.
And so that's kind of what we don't really know. I mean, I'll leave his name out. I don't know if I should leave it in.
Leave it out.
Who's helping us with this is like, we probably should go down to the crew, but we're not.
I personally think, just from hanging out with Carlos for a while now, that like I don't think a film crew would help.
So basically we have to kind of film it from a distance, just Mikey without him knowing we're there, and then I'm mic'd up.
Yeah. I think
whether
it'd
it's
be fine
just my phone
if you had camera. If you explained it after the fact, like I think he would be. He loves the camera. Obviously, I've been filming.
But then we can do a. Our goal is to do a sit down interview with him filmed.
Yeah, like
and then go into his life.
Totally.
Get archival footage of when he was a kid and what it was like with his dad. And that would be the ultimate goal, is to come full circle back to maybe it's solving something for him too, you know?
Yeah, because we know that he grew up without a
dad.
father.
Yeah, so
too.
it'd be interesting. That would be the ultimate goal.
Yeah. For now, it's just approaching his partner to try
to see where it goes, and we'll go down that path and follow it.
Yeah. And I think we're at the point where whatever happens.
We don't know. This could turn into, she could tell us something that's insane, and then this whole thing could turn into a thing about her.
Totally.
I have no idea.
Yeah. Or we could end up in Brazil, where he's from. I don't know. There's so many ways this could go. And because we don't know external factors, we just have decided to kind of just roll with the punches and just let it take us on the journey rather than the other way around.
And I think maybe we should do voice notes on the way on the plane, and we're not on the same plane. We could, share that later.
Yeah, I mean, we'll probably do the because something explosive is gonna happen. Like, it just will.
Maybe you'll spill another bottle of wine on yourself.
Okay.
So what are we doing the rest of the day?
I don't know.
I can't garden now. We could maybe watch some footage.
We could definitely watch some footage. Anyway, yeah, I guess we're going to use Ancestry.com as a gateway to a conversation with your supposedly stepmom, which he'll then talk to your dad, and then he'll know he has a son at large looking for him in Florida. And he's here only for a week, and you can speak to him or you can not speak to him. But he is looking for you, and he does know you exist.
He doesn't want anything.
And he doesn't want anything from you. So, yeah, that's what we're doing next week, guys. So I'm going to leave you
with this new song I'm working on. Insert now.
The best place to find crystals, natural stone jewelry, and one-of-a-kind gifts.
Thank you.
I need to work on this song a little longer.
Yeah.
Okay.
See you guys.